Hello and welcome to Eastern Geeks Out, an AP Media associated podcast where I'll be discussing news and interesting topics in the gaming world. My name is Deforest White.
And I am Jordan Lowry.
And we'll be your hosts for the duration of these episodes. How you doing today, Jordan?
I'm pretty good. I don't know what that intro was by me. Sorry in advance, but I'm doing pretty good.
This is a tiny little bit
Just-
scuffed and a little
Just a little
stuff.
bit, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's understandable. We do got a little bit of the colder weather coming in.
We really do. It's very cold.
I had to bike in this morning, which, hey, word to the wise, if you're going to bike in really cold weather, fingerless gloves are not the way to go.
I cannot believe you actually brought the fingerless gloves while you were going on a bike ride.
Yep.
It's very cold.
Yeah, it would be fine if it was like a month ago. Now, unacceptable. I'm amazed I still have fingertips. I do no longer have fingerprints, which, I mean, hey, I can't get into my phone now, so it's...
That's okay. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just use your fingerprint for it.
Interesting.
But, yeah. It is November 1st.
It is.
We skipped a week,
We did.
which means that we still need to have our Halloween special.
We didn't have
a Halloween special.
I mean, it's still technically
It's
Halloween. Even though it's November 1st.
Right, sure.
Which one would you rather have? Hot take before we get started.
Okay.
Halloween or Christmas? Because I swear, I was driving down on Halloween.
Right.
October 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me why they were already playing Christmas music
Now,
on Halloween.
she's fully defrosted. I know she's fully defrosted.
Don't defrost her until after Thanksgiving. That is my hot take. Don't you dare.
So, personally, I think I enjoy the festivity of Halloween more. But I enjoy the, familial exchange of Christmas more. Which is why we should abandon Christmas altogether and just give gifts at Halloween.
We kind of do give gifts on Halloween.
Not candy.
Candy is technically a gift.
Right, but you're giving it to random people.
Yeah.
So have Christmas just be, no longer a thing. Halloween, random people come around, get their candy, and then all of you and your family go inside, you have your Halloween party, and then have the Halloween gift exchange where you do the Christmas presents, and it's just, it's a spooky month, and then winter break is just winter break, and there's not a holiday associated with it, and watch those plane tickets get cheaper.
That's true. The plane tickets will get cheaper.
Right?
But what would you do about the other things like Hanukkah and stuff like that? Since
Hanukkah remains unchanged.
Why? That's just religionist at that point.
As is Christmas and as is Halloween.
I guess. But
Yeah. I mean, we've put a big, market around them, but
yeah,
they're still religious holidays.
they are still religious holidays.
You got the funny pagan one, and then you got the other funny pagan one.
What can you do? I mean, the times aren't going to change.
No, not at all. We can do nothing to change this.
Yeah. So, I mean, either or.
Yeah.
So,
Why do you ask?
because I feel like we should have Christmas after Thanksgiving.
Right, but you asked me for my preference of Halloween or Christmas. If you were to ask me to rank Thanksgiving on those, it's gone. There is none.
What?
Thanksgiving can go.
No.
I would rather have Halloween than Thanksgiving, and I would rather have Christmas than Thanksgiving.
See, if that's the case, I would rather have Thanksgiving closer to Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have Christmas be Christmas, Because we have... Halloween is one of those months spooky season. You get to dress up for your own costumes. But then you have...
Thanksgiving is just an in-betweener.
That's right. It's like a pre-game to Christmas, as most people say.
I would rather just have the game.
No, I want the pre and the game. The pre-game.
Mm-hmm.
Because Thanksgiving should be its own standalone thing. Or we have.
Then it wouldn't be a pregame. You're saying you would rather have the pregame instead of just the game. But what you're saying, if you had to choose, you're choosing just the pre.
I'm choosing the pre over the game.
That's wild to me. Because a good Christmas dinner and a good Thanksgiving dinner are almost the same dinner.
No.
There's a lot of overlap. You got that turkey and stuffing. You got that good ass cranberry sauce.
But still, I feel like
you got the green beans. How do they do those? Like,
I feel like we can just leave Christmas to be Christmas. Have Thanksgiving. You know what? Hot take again. Why don't we just have it a Thanksgiving month then? Let's just have a Thanksgiving month. If we don't
You
want
mean like November?
No, that is not the month. Well, I don't. Do you give thanks on November?
You mean for Thanksgiving?
I give thanks on Thanksgiving, not in November.
As opposed to Christmas, where
I give thanks to people that's giving me the presents on Christmas.
Right.
On Christmas, though. See how I said that?
Right. So it's not a whole month. So you're wanting every day of November to be Thanksgiving.
Why not?
This is the Halloween episode.
Okay, whatever.
It's not even that I don't appreciate your hot take, it's that I don't understand what your take is.
I want Thanksgiving to have more appreciation. We need Thanksgiving music. We have a Halloween music.
Sure.
But we don't have Thanksgiving music?
I mean, yeah, but okay, here's another hot take.
Okay, go for it.
Christmas music, not that great.
Whoa, that's very hot. That is steaming. I can't even touch that topic because that is hot.
It's okay.
What?
Halloween music, bopping.
No.
Christmas music, it's fine.
I'm sorry. That's the complete opposite direction. Halloween music, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Nah. You get Carol of the Bells for Christmas, and that is your like top tier song.
No, don't say top tier. You know the top tier. You already said she's defrosting.
I dread her.
She's defrosting.
I dread her.
She is coming back.
That is a bottom tier inescapable song.
I don't know how her song popped like that though. I kid you not though. I kid you not. If I could go back in time, I'm stealing that song for my own.
No, listen, I don't think you're viewing the defrosting as oh boy, she's almost here. I'm viewing the defrosting as Broly about to come out the ice. Like,
no. I feel like it's a good thing. We need Christmas music. That's how you get into the spirit of Christmas. But I feel like we don't need Christmas right after Thanksgiving. Like, after Halloween. Right after Halloween. Why do we need Christmas music now? We don't.
Because people are pre-gaming for the pre-game.
For the game.
Yes.
So you're pre-gaming.
Yes.
You don't just pre-game.
The Christmas music is the bonus that you get for pre-ordering the shit for Thanksgiving.
That's like
and
Christmas
Thanksgiving
Eve.
Is just Thanksgiving, like it's the Christmas prequel.
I'm so glad we don't have a Christmas special because this would be bad.
It would. It
would be bad. Like Halloween's already gone down, and now.
I've still got a list.
Oh.
I mean, we're gonna go through a decent
the
amount.
list.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we're not gonna start out there. I figured a good place to start out for the Halloween special would be in hell, because I've been playing more Gacha games. I downloaded Honkai Star Rail, and I'm guilty of this, right? Okay. When a new game releases and people start talking about it, I'm very guilty of that sort of like anti-crowd mentality of like, people are overhyping this game. It's not that good, and I'm annoyed that I'm hearing about it so much. I have that sort of thing where I'm just like, because something is mainstream, I have to fight with against my own prejudice.
Wow.
So this is one of those games where I saw people talking about it, and I saw all the cosplayers all of a sudden, and I saw that it was by the Genshin Impact developers, and I went, oh boy, here comes the fandom. And I dreaded it. And then I went, you know what? I need to go in here with eyes unclouded by hate. Downloaded it. And oh no. It has the thing where you gotta log in every day to get your daily bonus. And then it has the thing where you gotta spend a certain amount of tickets to get a chance to get a new character from the gacha pull. And it's a free-to-play game. You don't have to spend money, and I haven't spent any money. I'm in like the second, maybe third chapter of this game. I'm on Ice Planet with all the ice people. How many hours you think?
12.
20. I've been playing this game for a week. And I have logged in every day for 10
Why
days
have you been doing this?
and played 2 hours of Honkai Star Rail. This game is a 2-button RPG. It's a 2-button turn-based RPG. You go in to your fight, turn-based. Every character has a normal attack and a resource burn attack. And then after a little meter fills up, they've got a special. And that's it. That's all they got. So why the hell am I having so much fun with it? I don't understand.
You're having fun with this.
This game's great. It's bizarrely well polished on like all of the gacha characters. It's really satisfying combat for being as simple as it is. It's like you're playing like a demo version of like a Shin Megami Tensei or Persona game. It's weird. And the party building is pretty good, and the rewards that you get for like, you know, getting duplicates of characters actually feel like they change how the character plays, and I don't understand how I'm having fun.
Wow.
It's wild.
Wow.
How did I get here?
I wondered that question a lot. Wow.
I don't know. Have you ever played like any gacha game, like mobile or otherwise? Because this one I'm playing on PS5.
I played define gacha games because I get what you mean.
So a gacha mechanic is based on like the Japanese like gacha machines. You know the things that are in the front of like grocery stores where you put a coin in and you turn the thing and then it gives you like a random toy?
Yes, I've been playing all the mobile Dragon Ball games. Mostly.
Okay, yeah. So Dokkan has that. Yeah.
I played Dokkan. I played Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've definitely understand where you're coming from with the whole gacha games.
Why are they fun?
I don't know.
How did we get here?
I feel like it's that gambling mentality.
It is. It 100% is.
Like you pick that card up and then it does a cool animation and then boom, reveals your character.
And like it's a character you like, or it's cool art of the character, or it's like, oh, that one's a 5+ star. Like,
or
super rare.
This? Why did I even spend my coins on this? Like, I hate those kind of games sometimes, but then I love them.
It's weird because like I keep coming back to like One Piece Treasure Cruise is my big one, because that game, it's been going for like 6 or 7 years now or something like that, and my account was made in like year 1. So I've got like, I'll like re-download it every now and again, and I go back and I'm like, oh, I got some bangers in here. And then I see all the characters that came out over the past like year or so, and it's past the time when it was like their launch period, so they're less rare than they were. So I get to go back and like fill in my roster. I'm like, look at all these people I got.
But see, that's the thing too, though, is like those packs. Like definitely I'm taking Dokkan for like to heart here, because I used to play that game. I think
it's the same developers.
It probably is. I don't know, but I take Dokkan as a reference mostly because it's that game that I first started off with the gacha games, and oh my gosh, let me tell you, freshman year of high school, I was nonstop playing this game.
Yeah,
but I was always trash. But then I was like, I have the same characters, same loadout as my friend, so why is it that I'm trash? This is why I always give up on gacha games for some strange reason, because I always end up trash with the same people.
So something that it took me a while to figure out when I was playing Treasure Cruise was that I had the same issue where like I would look up and be like, what's the best team composition? I'd be like, got this person that's got like this crazy skill, this person that does this high damage thing, and I just build a team around like who hits the hardest. And it took me a long time to figure out that these games actually do have like an element of strategy to them, where you got to pay attention to like how you're planning your turns out. And I didn't get there until I think probably around junior year of high school. Fire Emblem Heroes came out, and it implements a lot of a very simplified version, but still the same strategy as the regular Fire Emblem games, and implements the gacha mechanic for character strengthening, character pulls, rarities, and I fell in love with it immediately. That I still think is like my top tier gacha game, unless you count Xenoblade Chronicles 2, at which point that's the best one that's ever been created. But it irks me because I know that I'm fueling a problem. I enjoy gacha games far more than I should because they scratch at the brain part. It gives you the serotonin. And you're right, it 100% is gambling.
It is.
We are spending resource. I've never spent like actual money on any of these games, and I still feel like I gotta save up. Like,
Oh no, I've definitely spent money on Dokkan. I probably dropped a good solid $150 on that. Like,
no, really?
yes. Back in the day, like I think I got back into Dokkan. I want to say maybe senior year of high school, maybe coming into my freshman year of college, and I was playing that, and I found myself spending some money on that game, and it was bad. Like, it was I needed it. Like, I wanted that. I wanted the character. I forget who it was. It was probably Janemba or something like that. Like,
Damn.
like
You
it
spent
was
150 trying to get
right?
Janemba?
Probably. I was that desperate because it looked cool.
You could have spent that and gotten him on Dragon Ball Fighters, man.
I know.
He's like a $6 character pack.
I know, and I was just like, I think back every time I spend on a gacha game or like a game that I know I shouldn't spend microtransactions on.
But
But
you're
then
gonna.
I look at him.
Dude, I was the same way with like Overwatch and loot boxes, where I was like, it's a bad idea to spend money on this, but I was always so tempted. I managed to get all the way through Overwatch 1 without spending any money and still got like a bunch of like legendary skins from it. And that's my biggest complaint about Overwatch 2 is like they're gone. And it's weird for me to be like as like mentally like I should be anti-gacha game, but now that we have the season pass as the standard, I'm like I miss it. I want it back.
Right?
It's crazy. Speaking of that, actually, there's a little bit of controversy, some Halloween-y controversy.
Ooh, spooky.
Mortal Kombat 1 had a Halloween event where for I think the latter half of the month of October, you could purchase a exclusive like Halloween pack or some individual pieces parts, and one of the things that was DLC was a fatality where you like slammed a pumpkin down on your opponent's head and kicked it off, and it landed on somebody's doorstep and bugs crawled out of it. And hey, that's a funny little Halloween fatality. That's a funny little thing.
Right.
The controversy was that one animation that you bought by itself cost $12.
$12?
$12 so that you could perform that non-character specific Halloween fatality. It's a lot.
It's a big one.
And the game costs $70.
Yeah. I feel like we don't need it that high.
We don't need it.
We really don't. Let's be honest here.
Here's my big thing. The expansion pass, right, for you to buy this game is like $30 or whatever, and you get like I want to say 6 new characters and some like cameos for yourself. This costs more than a third of that.
Wow. Yeah.
And you get one animation
For $12.
for $12.
That is almost half of that pack, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest here. And I feel like they should definitely lower that price. Like,
Well, now you can't. It's November 1st. You can't get it anymore.
oh,
It's gone. They not only did they do the $12 price point, they used fear of missing out to get people to buy it. It's a very predatory practice, and
See, I hate fear of missing out because
Yeah.
those always
that's how they get you.
get me. There's this one pack in Warframe. See, I'm about to expose myself here, but I'm so tempted on buying it.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with 2 skins, obviously, for 2 Warframes. This little Halo thing that I don't think they're gonna add back in, FOMO, and this like sigil that comes off of you and some other stuff. This pack price costs $99.
Holy shit.
$99.
That's too much.
Now, in the beginning of this was like a 10-year celebrational pack.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing this to celebrate the 10 years mark of Warframe.
Right.
But it's $99 for 2 skins, some cool
For a
thingies,
free-to-play game.
For a free-to-play game as well. So I'm tempted.
Don't do it, man.
I'm so tempted.
You know what? There is one instance where I feel like the fear of missing out marketing was used effectively and ethically. And that was, there was a, I want to say like $10 skin in Overwatch for the character Mercy. And this is Overwatch 1, where it was limited edition for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And she had a unique, like, pink skin that you could buy, and all of the proceeds with it from that skin went towards breast cancer research.
Those are always good. I like those.
That was great. Problem is, people bought the skin, had their accounts, and I think you can go and purchase those people's accounts now for like hundreds of dollars.
Oh.
So that you can get that skin.
Wow. See, I don't like that. What do you think about those kind of things? Because, like, I
don't love it, but I also think it's well within their rights to do so. Like, it's not... The main issue that I have with that isn't that, because if you were to buy a figure, right, and then wait until a few years later when that limited run figure is now a super rare thing, and then you were to put that figure up on a marketplace, people would buy it for more money, right? I have nothing against that, and I view this as largely the same thing. My issue is that you have to sell a whole account for it.
That's what I'm saying, like the whole account.
You are essentially giving somebody else your record, and I don't like the idea that you can play the game for however long, get to whatever like high rank, and then be like, and I will sell the account details to this person for however much money, and you can go be instant diamond rank.
Wow.
How often does that happen? Probably not too often. But like the possibility of it exists, and I don't love that.
See, I only bring that up mainly because I almost got scammed once, and this was entirely my fault.
Sure.
But
when they ask you to buy them an Amazon gift card for payment,
no, it was worse because I hate saying this, but I think it was sophomore year of high school. I wanted RDR2. And I had the Xbox, so I was trying to game share with someone.
Sure.
And they basically stole my account, changed my password. I had this account for years. I got it back, of course.
This was a person you knew?
No. I didn't know. I literally I did the looking for group thing that they have on Xbox, and I was like, looking for game share for RDR2. Some people hit me up, like I thought they were gonna be nice people. This one kid in particular, stole my thing, and obviously I got it back. All I did was just press forgot password, and then I was set. But it was still like that kind of thing that I was like, you scammed me for one Fortnite skin that I had.
Damn.
That it was like a Twitch Prime thing. I'm like, a Fortnite skin of all things.
For Twitch Prime?
I had Twitch Prime. Yeah, it was.
You can get that.
That's what I'm saying. They scammed me because I had a Fortnite. Well, no, it was a limited edition Fortnite skin from Twitch Prime.
Gotcha.
It was literally just like the default skin with Twitch colors. That's it.
Oh, so it's bad.
It's bad. It wasn't even a good looking skin.
Oh no.
So you scammed me for a non good looking skin because it was rare?
That's
rough.
I
was so mad. But that's the kind of thing I'm like, I don't like selling people. If I had to sell you my whole account, I'm deleting my account information off of there. I'm deleting my name, my everything.
Yeah.
Because that's scary. Like, that's your personal information as well on that account.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
That's your Blizzard ID. That's your Battle.net.
Right. So, I don't know.
Moving on a bit from that. We talked about it before it happened. Now we got to talk about it after it happened. We had same-day releases for Spider-Man 2 and Mario Wonder. Yeah, you clap. Yeah. So Mario Wonder.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you do the thing. Talk about the game. Talk about this.
So
I'll back off.
as I can officially say, I have 100% in Spider-Man 2. 100% platinum the game and everything. Me personally, I like the game.
Mhm.
I feel like was it worth the price?
$70?
No. Well,
Really?
actually, I do take that back. No, I don't actually. I think that this is the era of games. $70 for a game, you know, that's standard price nowadays, and you know it happened. But this game did really well. Like, it felt like I was watching a movie at some points.
Yeah.
I went home. That's when you called me. I went home over the weekend to watch my brother and my dog. And nonstop for 3 whole days. I was probably working 8-hour shifts each of those 3 days, and I beat the game, 100% of the game in those 3 days.
Dang.
I did not move from that spot.
How difficult was it for you to collect all the different like spiders going around?
So collecting all the different spiders was not too hard. Like again, the map.
It pings you when you're near them.
Yeah, it kind of for like the spider bots in particular, it just shows like a little glitch effect, which was a reference to Into the Spider-Verse.
Right.
So I thought that was really cool that they had like a little tie over to that as well. But it was super easy. And also I kind of cheesed it too a little bit because one of the upgrades actually allowed you to view all of the like the chest on your mini map. So the chest also count towards the spider bot. So I just went around the city like that.
Gotcha.
So 100% of the game. It was a good game. Again, I felt like the story was really drawn out. The voice acting was really drawn out really well, actually. No spoilers, by the way, nothing like that. But it's just the game.
We'll just like bleep out whenever one of us says something. So that in the middle of the game, where you get to play as Harry and you kill Venom with his own cane, you run over him with his bike.
I feel like definitely Harry. The story of Harry was really drawn out. Like it just felt really good. Like
You
again,
keep saying
no
drawn out, and that's normally a negative term.
No.
Okay.
I feel like, well, drawn out in the sense of.
Also, I gotta clarify that whole thing was a joke. I don't know.
That was a joke.
That's not what happens.
No, it did not happen like that. But again, no spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. It was just really interesting to just see Harry's development. And then also seeing Peter's development as well.
Yeah. How do you feel about Miles?
Miles' development was really good as well. I just wish they showed more love to him because it was mostly focused on Harry and Peter. Yeah. I feel like that's the main thing that got me it was more Harry and Peter than Miles.
Something I've noticed, and I have not 100%ed this game, nor am I even close to being done with it. But something I've noticed so far with the side quests is that Peter's side of the story focuses more on his immediate like supporting cast in the main missions.
Right.
And then his side quests are random people. Miles' side quests more frequently have his side characters, so you end up with like more like focusing around his community, more with Haley and Genki and Rio and everyone.
Right.
And you have like it feels like maybe Peter got more love in the main story and Miles got more love in the side quests.
That's how I feel mostly what happened. Definitely because you can definitely see like Miles was helping out the community rather than everyone as a whole.
Which I feel like is warranted because that's what Peter did in the first one, because you had that whole thing with Feast. And I will also say, again, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
But like, holy shit, the development around Martin Lee's character.
Yes.
Whoa.
Dude, no spoilers again.
We can't talk about it, but like
a word. Ooh. But it was just so good. Like again, just everything about just the story of Spider-Man was just so good. And also Again, it's not a spoiler, but collect the Sandman stuff.
I haven't. I don't know anything about that. I have not even attempted.
It just, again, doing all of the side quests, not really including the spider bots,
Sure.
but doing all of the other collectible missions actually fueled to the story. Like,
I did have the thing that happens with the spider bots. That was spoiled for me.
That one was good. I liked that.
Yeah.
It was all right. I got a little confused, but again, no spoilers. But
Yeah.
still.
I just got like a YouTube thumbnail recommendation that told me what happens. Like, well,
dang.
all
Yeah,
right.
see, I didn't watch no videos. I was straight up focused. I was just locked in.
You were in there.
All the way through. But again, really crisp. I definitely like the Haley mission too. I'm not gonna spoil it.
I haven't played that.
Okay. I just feel like the game was very inclusive. That's all I'm gonna say.
How do you feel about the bike?
What bike?
You ride bikes several times during the game.
The bike missions were actually pretty fun. On one of the bike missions, I crashed too much. Like I got, like I was gonna be so pissed if I lost, but it was 1 second. I got to the checkpoint in 1 second, and I got it. Again, there's some other like missions that were tedious that they were all side stuff, but again, they were all tedious. But it's still, I still feel like it worked for the story, you know?
So very early on in the game, you're like meeting Harry for the first time, and you have a segment where you're riding bikes with him, right?
Right. That was
a nice tender moment where my game glitched the fuck out and launched me into the sky on the bike.
Oh, I did not have that happen to me at all.
I had a couple instances. My best friend Nick is also playing through this game right now, and there is a very pivotal like segment where you're like playing as a new character, and it gives you like one of the craziest cutscenes in the whole game.
Right.
And there's a glitch where the character model for who he was playing as disappeared. So we're watching this cutscene happen, and there's nobody on screen. It's just a bunch of set pieces moving around, and they're just looking at nothing and going,
No.
"This is weird."
I really recommend this game.
It was a fantastic game.
It was beautifully fantastic. Like it was a true work of art, and I can tell the whole team, because again, when I tell you I don't skip the end credits anymore,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That was like 30 minutes long.
Damn.
30 minutes. You spoilers on this, you don't get any achievement for it. So if you did want to sit through it, that's on your own accord.
If you don't watch the entire credit sequence, you're legally not allowed to buy Wolverine when it comes out.
I didn't make the rules.
And
Sorry.
breaks.
But like again, that whole team just put a lot of work into it. The voice actors.
God, Yuri Lowenthal's so good.
I know. Oh my gosh. There was a little cringe moments at some points. Again, obviously,
well, it's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. But it was just so drawn out, well spoken. I just wish it was longer, just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It just
it
was just so good.
I don't know how long the game is, but I also can't really talk about. I have skins that I want to talk about how cool they are, but they're spoilers.
Know.
But like I can't talk about them.
I know. I collected all the skins too. Every skin was collected, dude.
Oh, I will say.
So good.
There's the one skin that you get for doing the museum restoration mission with Miles, where you get the hat. Oh, that's a good skin.
Dude, I was looking at that. I was like,
I wish his sleeves were like a little bit longer.
I do too.
But like, other than that, it's a good skin. That's a Lucio-esque skin.
That was a good looking skin. I'm not gonna lie. The skins on this game
are so cool.
Plus, like you can pair them too. I was pairing. Like
No. Same. Oh, actually, I do have one. That I think is really funny, which is that I noticed something, because I know in the last game they like all of the costumes were. When I say last game, I mean Spider-Man 1, not Miles Morales. I don't know about that one, but I know last game there were models that were like different sizes than Peter normally would be.
Yeah.
And he was like stretched to fit him, so he kind of looked weird in some of the skins. They still looked good, but like it was noticeable. And in this game, they made unique models for every single one of the skins.
Did.
And when I was looking through them, I noticed something, which is about the Spider-Man 2099 skin that I think is really funny. His cock is bigger. It's noticeably larger and more pronounced. And I think that's the funniest thing in the world. Because somewhere on that development team, it was somebody's job to make that happen.
I hate how that is the one thing you talk about with the 29. I thought you were gonna be like, it looks just like Miguel.
That's so good. Like 2099 is my favorite before Spider-Verse. I'm not new here. I've been here. Miguel's my favorite. I love Miguel. Okay, listen.
See, I used to until Miguel.
Until what?
Till watching that movie.
Okay. That is not my favorite rendition of his character.
I did.
However, I know people really like him in Spider-Verse, and I don't hate him in Spider-Verse. I still like him. But my Miguel O'Hara introduced me to the character was the game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Yep, I knew you were gonna say that. That was the one. That's where I was really. Yes, that's where I was really like, okay, this is what I like. But no, I'm not gonna lie. Miles 29.
Sorry, I'm realizing right now. I keep this bit in, but like earlier when I like say that it's bigger, if you in editing can censor that out, cover it up with the word shock. Say his shock is bigger, because that's the curse word in 2099. That's canon. Miguel says, "What the shock?" to everything. That's what future people say. That's real.
Sure.
You can look at the wiki.
Make an editor note, I guess. Great. Anywho, but no, I really feel like that game was just top tier. Like it was one of my favorite Spider-Man games of all time right now.
If we talk about it too much more, we are going to like accidentally spoil some shit. Facts. So we need to move on. Mario Wonder, it's charming. I like it. You should play it. I don't like it. I
haven't played it yet.
It's good. It's a very good game. However, everyone's very happy to have the new artistic direction. I feel like personally, my complaints, I don't love the new art style, and I feel like the levels are all a little bit too gimmicky. So there's not any time when it's just playing a good platformer. There's no levels where you're just playing Mario. It's play a little bit of the most boring Mario possible, and then you get to the part of the level where shit goes crazy, and a gimmick happens, and it's a completely different game at that point. And that's cool. It's neat that they do that, because that's kind of what like bonus levels were in the previous games, and now it's like that's everywhere. But there's no baseline to come from. There's not like a regular level design that you get used to. There aren't levels like the new Super Mario Brothers series. And I wish that there were. I feel like Wonder Seeds didn't have to be in necessarily every single level, or maybe you would play through a level once and then the Wonder Seed would appear and you could play like the crazy version of the level where stuff goes wild, so that it would give you some like replayability there. But it's fine. It's good. It's a good game. It's a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. These are my own personal critiques. It's a good game. It's a good game. The voice cast did good. It's a good game.
Good game. I still haven't played it.
Also, this is our last topic before we delve into like the episode's like focus, which I've got like a bunch of Halloween stuff to talk about.
Oh wow, we were still. Oh yeah.
Last thing before we get there, Broly. So, do you know what Dragon Ball: The Breakers is?
Isn't that the one with where you play as the citizens and you're running away from the? Yep.
So it recently had its 1-year anniversary, and it's releasing free DLC for the game, focused around Broly, like Super Broly from the movie. And it is because the game is essentially like superpower Dead by Daylight.
Right.
And you're all running away from like this behemoth of a villain wherever you are. And for this one, it's Broly, and you're on like the glacial set of the Broly movie, and it looks dope as hell. How the Breakers works is as the survivors live longer, the villain or the behemoth or whatever levels up and gets stronger. So you have base form Broly, and then Super Saiyan Broly, and then Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and then Berserk Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and he's going crazy, and like his like attacks from the movie like eradicate parts of the map and just burn it out of existence, and you can change the environment that you're in to go from the like Iceland that you start in the beginning of the movie to the volcanic ash that everything is at the end, where he's like burst into the core of the world.
Dude, I'm geeking.
And they added the ability for there's I think a transfers is what they're called, for the citizens to like eat a capsule or whatever, or like use a capsule to transform into like Super Saiyan God Goku or Super Saiyan God Vegeta to hold him off for a little bit. But you're still like, you know, like gathering shit and like trying to survive. But like it's so cool looking. Like I wish more people played this game, because like damn, it's so cool looking.
I feel like I need to get with it, because I've never touched the game. Mm-hmm. It just never looked interesting to me.
The problem here is like this is easily, outside of like maybe Legacy of Goku, this is, I think, the most unique Dragon Ball game there probably is.
Like, when you told me, like, I mean, obviously we had Kakarot, which was...
Yeah. Which, hey, it's decent.
It's decent, yeah.
It's a good retelling of a lot of the stories. You go through, like, the moments.
And it's an RPG where you build yourself up.
My biggest complaint about Kakarot is that it is a lot of the same sort of Dragon Ball combat that you get from the Budokai Tenkaichi series and all the other games, where you're just like, fly around, play Xenoverse. I don't care.
Right.
I don't like that style of combat. You give me Dragon Ball Fighters where everyone's got a unique moveset and they all feel different, I'm sold.
We've already talked about that one.
Yeah.
I cannot get into that. How do you, the first time I ever touched the game, I lose? How do you expect me to stay if I just lost 3 times? And I still never got to win.
That was your first time ever touching the game. That's why.
But that should have been everyone else's first time touching the game, too.
If 2 people play the game for the first time, you think both of them are going to lose?
Yes.
No.
I would have won. They could have at least had
You didn't.
Never mind. Just never mind.
I will train you. I will play fighters with you.
I gotta find where I think I bought it. So I think I should have it still. I don't remember if I have it on from a game share or if I
have it on Switch. I will bring it with me.
What? I forgot it's on there too.
Yeah.
I might pick it back up.
It's a good game.
Who knows?
Anyway, Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball. We got
I do too.
Dragon Ball's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, real quick. I guess we should talk about Daima, because we're in entertainment, not just a gaming podcast. Did you see the trailer for Dragon Ball Daima?
Yes. See,
how you feel? Because I have thoughts.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
So, off the trailer alone, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I see. Originally,
I was so on board, and then the thing happened.
Originally, when I saw that trailer, I was like,
"It looks so smooth."
Kid Goku.
Okay, we had very different reactions.
Yeah, we did. I saw Kid Goku. I was like, "Are we making GT canon? Are we making GT canon finally?"
Oh, we are on opposite ends of this spectrum.
And now, when I saw every single character tiny, are you just making a tiny Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball Muppet Babies.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That looks so stupid.
Now, I agree. It is headed by Akira Toriyama. So I will withhold judgment until the show actually comes out. However, I will say, the thing you were getting excited about was the thing I was dreading.
No.
Because I hate GT.
Dude, I swear. Okay, we can change the story of GT a little bit. Obviously.
Remove Kid Goku.
No.
Because I love Kid Goku.
I love Kid Goku.
I hate GT Goku. Kid Goku shouldn't have been the focus of GT. He adds nothing.
He
I
adds
love
something.
OG Dragon Ball. That's great, but like Pan and Trunks are the worst versions of their characters in anything
That is true.
in GT. Vegeta is the worst version of his character in GT. 17.
17. Okay. 17. We don't have to talk about it.
We don't.
But
And the entire cast gets like shoved off to the side. Where is Tenshinhan? What's he doing?
Yeah, but like,
Where is
where's
his
he in
moment?
Super right now? Like, let's be honest here. Like,
Is he the best ever in Super? No. But is he there? Does he have a cool new design? Is he part of a tournament of power? Yes, he is.
okay, then let's
Does he
put
get a
him,
whole episode focused on him? Yes, he does.
Let's put him.
Is it the worst
and
in the tournament
everyone
series?
else-
Yes.
Let's put them in Daima. Let's just rewrite Daima and make it a better GT. That was what I thought was gonna happen. That is what I thought was gonna happen. As soon as I saw Kid Goku, I was sold. I was sold already. And then I saw every
Kid
single
Vegeta.
Muppet. And that's what I thought too. I was
so
like,
weird.
as soon as I see Kid Vegeta, I'm like, okay, maybe they can use Kid Goku and Kid Vegeta and make them like, you know, I don't know, make it interesting.
The problem is Kid Goku's rivals were like Krillin,
Right?
Yamcha, Tenshinhan.
Yep.
Those were his big three.
Yeah. And
You-
Piccolo.
Yeah, but well, no, not really, because Piccolo was like a teen Gohan villain, sorry, a teen Goku villain.
Yeah.
where he
That's
wasn't
true,
like
that is
quite
true. Yeah,
adult,
you're
but
right,
he
you're
was
right.
still tall.
He was still tall. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
But like, I don't know. The animation's really nice. I appreciate
I
it,
do.
but
Cutesy.
here's the one that's throwing me off the most. Like, they got Kid Roshi.
Ooh.
I fear Kid Roshi. If his personality is, I mean, in all honesty, it's probably just going to be what like Krillin and not Puar. Oh no, I've forgotten his name.
Who?
The pig.
Not. No, it's not Pi. No, I'm thinking PyCon.
No. Oh man, you think they're ever making his ass canon? Nah.
Dude, they need to make him canon. Like, there's so much stuff you could do with these characters that aren't canon.
Oolong. That's his name.
Yes. hold on.
Sorry, had to look it up. Fake fan. But yeah, in all honesty, the character of Master Roshi is like Kid Roshi is probably just going to be the same level of pervy as like Oolong was in the original Dragon Ball.
It will be.
I
I feel like they got
and
the
this
same
upsets me
personalities.
greatly
Why?
because Kid Roshi introduces the concept of like, let's have an old man in a kid's body being a perv to all these characters. In the same series where we have just turned all of our characters into kids.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got a point.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
I don't like
I
it.
don't like that. Okay.
First thing that man ever did was peep at Bulma. I don't.
Yep.
No. Nope.
Yep.
I'm good.
You're right.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. You're right.
Nah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like this.
Don't like it.
I don't like it. I just didn't like. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick it out 1 or 2 episodes, see how the first episode looks.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it too.
I'm gonna watch
It's
it.
Dragon Ball.
It's Dragon Ball. I
No,
watched
is this,
GT.
This is canon.
We don't know. We don't know anything about it. We don't know if it's canon to GT. We don't know if it's canon to Dragon Ball. We don't know if it's canon to Super. It could be its own thing. We don't know.
Can we just skip? Can we just do a huge time skip from the manga and just go to this newest chapter where we have Black Frieza? Like, come on.
Oh, you wanna skip
I
the
wanna
Moro arc
skip.
entirely?
I want to skip it. Go to the Granola arc already, because the Moro arc is too long and too drawn out to just be. Actually, I take that back.
The Moro arc had some pretty cool moments.
It
I
did.
love Maris.
I was about to say
Maris is
was
cool. Put him in
great.
Fighters.
Put him in every single.
Put him in
one.
everything. He's so cool.
Maris
and
was so
that's
good.
the only angel that we've seen do crazy spoilers for
Spoilers.
Dragon Ball Super
oh
manga.
shoot.
Moving on.
Anywho, we'll talk about that later. We'll
Happy
talk about that later.
Halloween.
It's past Halloween.
I have a bunch of horror games to talk about, like new ones.
Okay.
Spooky month. Spook month.
Spook month.
So I have a few that are interesting. I have 5 lined up here, and I want to know which of these you would be most likely to play.
All right.
Because I don't think any of them are up your alley.
I don't like most horror games, but all right, let's go. Let's go.
I'll go ahead and tell you, none of these are traditional horror games. There's nothing first person here.
Okay.
So start that off the bat. In fact, only one of these games has 3D models at all.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
This is not gonna be up my alley, but okay, let's go.
So starting out, we have Little Goody Two Shoes, which is a very fluid animated pixel horror game in sort of the style of like PlayStation 2 RPGs.
Okay.
And it is built around like you're familiar with like the twisted fairy tale genre
Yeah.
of like taking like the stories of like the Brothers Grimm or whatever and then just it's very much that. So it's like a very cutesy art style where horrific shit is happening, and it's got crazy monster designs. It's got it looks like a really decent like dialogue system and like a town building mechanic. So it's like a horror version, as best I can tell, of something like Stardew Valley kinda, where or then maybe closer to Diablo really, where you're going out from the town and fighting monsters and coming back and trying to help the townspeople, but like weird shit is happening and it looks gorgeous. I'm a big fan. It came out on I think all platforms recently. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But I know at the very least it's on PC and Switch.
Interesting.
Next up we have the one that Twitter's going insane over. For weird reasons. It's called The Coffin of Andy and Lele. Have you seen any of the controversy around this one?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. So this game is also made in RPG Maker, but it's not an RPG. It is a character horror game in which you play as two siblings that are trapped inside their apartment for months because there's like contaminated water in the area, and the water company says that they're being quarantined and they'll feed them and they'll take care of them. But the company traps them inside their apartment and then doesn't feed them. So they're in the apartment and they are just starving. And they've been in there for like 7 months. And the game starts out with you, like, with your sibling, and your, like, next-door neighbor attempts to summon a demon, is killed by the demon, but their body is left behind. And you now have to, like... The focus of the game is on this, like, toxic relationship between the siblings where they're like horribly codependent and arguing over the ethics of like, there's a dead body in there. We have not eaten in 7 months. Do we eat the neighbor? And the ramifications of like how fucked up their relationship goes. And like, it's truly bizarre. It's got like really good character writing as far as like showing how codependency can mess people up. There's a not small controversy surrounding it because of the fandom surrounding it really likes shipping the main two characters who are siblings so bad. But the game itself looks like really high quality. It's one of those games that's releasing in like episodic things, and it just, I think on the 27th, released chapter like 2 of 4. And it's pretty solid.
Maybe. That one sounds a little interesting. Okay, I'm keeping...
Third game is a Ren'Py game. Do you know the Ren'Py engine? Okay. So Ren'Py is an engine that is used for visual novels.
Okay.
And this is a self-aware choose-your-own-adventure game. You show up, and a narrator tells you, you're in the woods, there's a path, the path leads to a cabin. Inside the basement of the cabin, there is a princess. Your job is to slay the princess. If you do not kill the princess and she leaves the cabin, the world will end. And that's all the details that you have. And you are given freedom as the player to talk to the narrator, to go to the cabin, to choose to kill or not kill the princess. And regardless of what route you take, you see a bunch of unique dialogue and scenarios happen, and then everything resets. And you show up, and you're on a path, and the path leads to the cabin. You're in the forest. In the basement of the cabin, there's a princess. Your job's to kill the princess. You restart over and over and over, and you have all of your memories. And the princess has most of her memories, but the narrator forgets every time. And every time you restart, there's more and more voices in your head that are unique characters with their own dialogue that are messing with you, that give you different dialogue options to interact with the world as you're remembering things before they've happened. And people in the world, the princess and the narrator, are reacting to you knowing things that you shouldn't.
Interesting.
And as you go on, the princess and the world that you're in have the capacity to become extremely like disfigured monstrosities or eldritch horrors or just blatantly sadistic. And it's completely dependent on your decisions, not only in the run that you're currently doing, but in the runs that you've done before that they remember. And it's so cool. This is the one that I find the most intriguing.
Yeah, I was about to say that kind of sounded interesting, but then I feel like I would get bored-ish.
I will say a playthrough of that game takes about 10 minutes.
Okay. That reminds me of that one game. Shoot. I played it once and then I gave up on it. It was like it was that one game where it's like you're your husband and you're trying to like avoid the killers.
12 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very similar to that, where like you restart and then you have to like talk to your wife and be like, "Hey, I know what's gonna happen. There's a thunderstorm right there, like, lightning, there. See?
I knew that.
Yeah, and then that freezes. Yeah, it is very similar to that in the whole like repeating mechanic, but I think it takes the concept even further than that game does.
It sounds like it does. Definitely. Yeah.
Because I know that this game has like a bunch of different routes and endings that you can get, and then once you've gotten a bunch of endings, there's another ending that like is that collection of endings, and then there's all sorts of different final endings that you can get after you've gotten all the other endings. So the tree chart that you were looking at to get all the endings is actually like 3 trees bigger than you thought it was. Shit's crazy. And the whole game is voice acted, which is impressive.
Good. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, good.
That
one's good.
Next game is a sequel. Alan Wake 2 just launched.
I've heard about that one. I'm probably still not gonna play that one, but still, I've heard about that.
Do you know what Alan Wake is?
I've heard of it. Yes.
Like the concept behind it?
I don't know the concept behind it.
Okay.
But yeah, I've heard
So I over the course of Alan Wake 1, you play as Alan Wake, who is a horror writer. He's like a Stephen King-esque character, and he's got extreme writer's block. And he goes out to this like lake town with his wife on a trip to just hang out, and she, without telling him, brings his typewriter, and she's like, "Hey, I just thought maybe this new location would give you some inspiration to, to start writing again." And he sort of flips out at her and like, "God damn it, why are you trying to get me to do this again? We've been over this. I'm through having this fight." And he goes out and he like falls or whatever. And then when he wakes up, the island that had the cabin with his wife in it is gone, and nobody remembers it existing.
Whoa.
And as you're playing through this game, he starts hallucinating, and you play through his hallucinations, and you interact with townsfolk, and they're acting real weird, and you're finding pages from a book that you haven't written yet that he doesn't remember writing, and you're finding footage playing on random TVs of Alan saying things that he doesn't remember, and interacting with people like that you don't think you've met before, but they've already met you and they know who you are. So it's sort of delving into that sort of like psychological horror of, can you trust the narrator being the person that you're playing as?
I love those kind of games too.
It's pretty cool. Ooh. It's also a shared universe with a game that I played through recently, made by the same studio, Control, which is a fantastic
I forgot about
game.
that. I knew. See, that's why I was really hearing about Alan Wake was because of Control. I played it, never beat it still, but I keep coming back to the game and replaying
Control's
it over
so
and over
good.
again. I wish I have completed the game, but the only thing that's stopping me from completing the game is me having to replay the game.
Yeah.
Why? Because I forgot the controls. So it's always that little effect that I always have.
You forgot the what?
The controls.
In what?
Control.
Oh, dang.
Yes. Pun intended.
The last game that I've got on the Alan Wake 2 I'm looking forward to, but I need to finish Alan Wake 1. I just figured because I'm playing through it right now because they just released the remaster of Alan Wake 1 as well.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So Alan Wake 2 just came out. Right before that, Alan Wake Remastered came out, and it was free on PS Plus this past month. So got that shit. All right. Last game on my horror list. Additionally, I think also released on the 27th is a game called World of Horror. And this one is really interesting because it's a genre that I don't think I've seen horror in before. This is a mostly text-based RPG where you're free to explore town. Like it's almost got like that Bard's Tale aesthetic where you've got your window on the right showing like the character that you're talking to and the environment that you're in, and you've got like the point and click elements. And then there's the text describing everything that you're seeing on the left. But the thing that kind of got my attention was the trailer is all like Junji Ito inspired art. Junji Ito being like the horror artist that does all like the black and white creepy. You've probably seen people around campus wearing shirts with like the girl with the eye that spirals back into her head. No? All right. I'll show you after this thing. He's a really famous like horror artist, and this game uses that art style, and the trailer is extremely fluid black, white, and red pixel animation, and it's using a bunch of like Japanese horror tropes of like the haunted mirror in the bathroom and like the forcing you, like possessing you and making you like cut through your own throat or like cutting your cheeks out to get like the Joker scar kind of look. And it's really disturbing. But the focus of the game is on Lovecraftian horror, like the Eldritch and the like encroaching horror of just being in a town where things are fucked up. And it's really cool looking. I'm looking forward to like seeing more where that's taken, because already as soon as it was announced and like came out, a bunch of the VTubers that I watch started playing it, and I've tuned into a couple of them. I don't want to spoil like a ton of the game, but I believe it has like a level of procedural generation to it, so no two playthroughs of the game are going to be exactly the same, which for a game made almost entirely of dialogue is crazy to me, because that means that there's got to be like hundreds of hours of written content in it that you just have a possibility of never seeing. And I'm really interested in that one. It's, I think, the most interesting on the like mechanical level. Slay the Princess is the one that I find the most intriguing personally.
Slay the Princess one,
but
I feel like the two I would pick probably is Slay the Princess and Alan Wake. But those are the ones I'm kind of biased for. So
yeah. Well, Alan Wake is also the one with like the most traditional control scheme of like aim with light and shoot with gun.
Yeah.
So
I've definitely seen gameplay of Alan Wake.
Yeah. I will say I'm playing through Alan Wake Remastered right now. Game controls like a tank. It's crazy, and I know it's on purpose, right? Because Alan is not a fighter. He is meant to stumble through this world and go. Ah! But it's really interesting seeing a character who doesn't know how to defend themselves, and you are tasked with making them defend themselves. It's really fun. But yeah, that's all the games that I have. But I wanted to discuss sort of the appeal of horror, because I know you said before that you weren't into horror games for the most part, right?
Correct.
Is there any particular reason for that?
So, me and horror. Is
it just games, or is it?
It's horror as a whole.
Okay.
As a whole. I did not like horror.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that proudly I did not like horror, but that's in the past tense because this semester I've taken the horror films class. I've been watching horror movies.
Why did you take the horror films class if you hate horror?
I don't want to talk about it, okay? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. If I knew, I would have just
Who
not taken the
convinced
class.
you to join that class?
Me, myself, and I.
Really?
I said, you know what? I want to watch a movie. Maybe I can eat food during the class. I could eat food during the class. I
Cool.
have been eating food during the class.
All right. I'm
So,
sold.
That's why I thought it was going to also be a lax class, which it is. So I'm taking that, and I've actually pretty much enjoyed horror. Like, back in the day as a child, I used to not like horror because of all the jump scares and all that stuff like that. But nowadays, like, watching all these horror movies, like, I've watched some good ones, like The Shining, Dracula.
You liked The Shining?
Shining.
Okay. Interesting.
The Shining.
I hate The Shining.
I
get so bored. I have tried on several occasions to read that book. Can't do it.
Not even the movie.
I
Watch
can't
the
get through it.
movie.
I can't get through the movie either.
Oh my! What?
Nah.
The Shining was so good. I even like the same day I finished The Shining, I went and watched Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep. Yeah.
It was so good.
I am more interested in Doctor Sleep than I am The Shining because it's less reliant on like the set piece, and I feel like it's more likely that, interesting things are going to happen more quickly because we already have the baseline of establishing what The Shining is. No?
No, that is false.
Is it also boring?
You need to watch The Shining before you can watch Doctor Sleep. You need to.
I don't wanna.
You have to.
I don't wanna.
It doesn't. It's not going to make that much sense if you watch Doctor Sleep before The Shining.
But I know
No.
I know what The Shining
No.
is. It's shared universe.
No.
All of his stuff is shared
No.
universe. It's fine.
You have to watch it to really grasp it. I feel like Doctor Sleep as a whole as well wasn't too great of a movie. I only say this
Okay.
because it felt too supernatural. You know, in The Shining, sure, it had a lot of elements of supernatural taking place, but it was definitely psychological.
Yeah.
It messed with your mind heavy, and that's what I like. I love psychological horrors. If you put on the first ever horror movie I saw in college was Hereditary.
I watched that one this month.
Yeah, so
I
that
didn't like it.
So you're just telling me you don't like psychological horrors in general?
I love psychological horror games.
No, you don't. Games, movies. I'm talking movies.
Okay. You know what? Here's the thing: is I have here a list. I don't know why I'm pulling it out on my phone like I don't have the list pulled up right here. I have here a list because me and Nick, we set out with the goal of watching a horror movie every day of the month, and we didn't quite get to 31. But I have watched this month more horror than I have in my entire life because I'll go ahead and tell you right now, we're on the same page starting out because horror is also my least favorite genre.
I don't like horror that much, but now I do.
And I have rated all of the movies that I have seen out of 10,
Okay.
starting with The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing.
Wait. Don't spoil that because I still need to watch that for class, actually.
8.5 out of 10, fantastic. That one's my favorite.
So what you're saying is
There's
I can
not
use
one
your...
that is 8.5 out of 10. There is not one that is above an 8.5 out of 10. That is my highest rating for this whole list.
So what you're saying is I can use you as a
Oh, what's up?
hold on. What is
Plagiarism, buddy?
A critic. I'm gonna use you as my professional critic.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. If I've seen a movie you need an opinion on, the movies that I watched, The Thing, Cabin in the Woods, 1973's The Wicker Man, Train to Busan.
Oh, we gotta watch that in horror film.
I liked that one. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Smile, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
I want to watch Smile actually.
I gave
I
it
don't want to
a
watch Smile actually.
huh?
I don't want to watch Smile actually. Never mind.
Oh, all right. I gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
So I gave it a positive rating because I appreciated a thing that it did, but other than that, completely flat.
Yikes.
Mandy, 8 out of 10. Fantastic film. Scream, the first one, 6 out of 10.
I'll give that like a 4.
Split, 4.5 out of 10. The Lighthouse, 6.5 out of 10. Liked that one. Saw, also 6.5 out of 10.
Which
Liked
one?
that
Which one?
The first one.
Let me tell you, I have watched me and Medella
Right.
have sat
I've never
there.
heard of that person.
I've never heard of that person. Yeah, I don't know who that
Okay,
is.
yeah.
But we have sat
Mm-hmm.
from the first movie
Mm-hmm.
all the way to seeing the new Saw X movie.
Okay.
And let me tell you, what did you rate that? What did you rate that?
I rated Saw at a 6.5 out of
Bull.
10.
Bull.
Okay.
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. I'm all right. So why were you saying bull? Because we were only 1 point apart.
Because that is a big leap.
Okay. Here's my thing. Saw, I expected to hate because it was advertised to me as snuff. I was told it was torture porn. And then I watched the first Saw, and it is a movie that's like a crime drama escape room film.
I mean,
And then I was told after that, oh, that's just the first one. The rest of them get way more twisted. And immediately I know this one's going to be my favorite. 6.5 out of 10.
did you watch any of the other ones?
No.
Oh.
I have no reason to.
Saw 2 was good. I really liked that one. That one gets a little twisted too.
I don't want that.
No. I'm talking about your little what's the name of it again? The torture porn.
Yeah.
That one's got a little bit
I don't want
more.
the torture porn.
Oh.
This is a negative thing for me. This is the reason why
Then
I
it
didn't
doesn't
want
really
to watch
have
it.
that much. It doesn't have like torture porn to it. It's more like there's some scenes that's like, ugh. But then
Like how it's been described to me is that the appeal of the movies is like seeing all of the creative traps that people get stuck in, and like the crazy like different deaths and whatnot.
It's
And
just-
that does not appeal to me even slightly.
Not even
That
the
was
fact,
my
like-
least favorite part of the first film.
what?
Yeah, like the thing on the lady's head in the first one.
Saw
Where she's
trap?
done-
I mean the bear trap.
yeah,
You
hated
didn't
that.
like that?
Nah, it had one cool like camera angle where it like zoomed around her and it was all like, oh, that's tense. But
The
like,
little crazy shakes and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. But the trap itself, hated it. The guy stuck in like the barbed wire, hated it. The trap that I enjoyed was, here's a room with a bunch of clues about how to get out of it. Get out of it.
See, I feel like you just need to go and watch the rest of the Saw because that was so good. You saw the ending to the first Saw?
Yeah,
What'd you think about the ending?
it's all right.
What?
You also
What?
got to remember, I don't like Mortal Kombat fatalities. Like that's my least favorite part of Mortal Kombat. I don't like I don't like watching people die in gruesome ways. This does not appeal to me.
See, I don't mind it. That's why I'll sit there and watch something like that.
Right, but not minding it. Like it's not like it's gonna bother me. It's just I get nothing from it.
You're not. Well,
And in Saw, that's the thing people talk about. Oh, I loved that one. That death was so gruesome, and I was like,
I feel like the story of Saw is better than all the gruesome deaths. Like
I have been told both that exact thing and also the direct opposite of that.
I feel like it's really good. Like if you, I'm gonna be 100% with you. If you go back, you bring you a little buddy and just watch all the Saws.
Okay.
One Saw a day
Mm-hmm.
makes you happy all day.
But I didn't give Saw 1 that good of a rating.
Saw 1 was good. I liked it. That's what kind of got me hooked onto Saw because it wasn't. See, this is the thing.
If I was to change Saw 1 in any way, it would be to have less of the traps and more of the detective.
You will see a lot more of the detective throughout Saw. Again, Saw is all about direction, basically. Like the whole general thing, like it leads you on this like wild, oh, why are they here? Why are they here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is this point? And then it has a cool twist to it. That's why I stick around for the Saw episodes. I mean, the Saw movies. I keep saying every movie's an episode, but still.
Well, because you watch them all like pretty
basically.
close to it.
So it's really interesting because the direction they went is just you're not just anticipating the traps, the blood, the gore. What I was anticipating most, and this is why I like horror movies nowadays, is because I'm not just anticipating them having so much blood, so much gore, or so much kind of thing that makes it into a horror movie, or like jump scares and stuff, because I don't have interest in jump scares. Why would I want to get scared? But what interests me is just the direction it goes. Towards the end of the movie, it always has some kind of weird twist to it. And it's like, whoa. In the beginning, I never saw that being a possibility, just like the ending of Saw 1. The second one...
I actually called that one.
I called that... I can't say that, but I called that...
I don't... I know it's an old movie, but I don't super want to like spoil the end.
That's what I'm saying.
But
But
like,
still, I feel like...
I will say, I don't know anything about like the rest of the movies. I don't know the direction that the story takes. I imagine just based on like the dude's age, like from the end, he's probably not going to be like the mastermind of all of them, but I don't know, he could like leave a will or something.
Listen,
but, like,
you just have to watch all these Saws. Like, it's Saw X was, what do they call it, a prequel to just like the overarching Saw.
The 10th one is a prequel
to the first and the second Saw. The first and the second, between the first and the second Saw is where Saw X is located.
Saw X is Lion King 1.5.
Basically.
Okay.
So
thank you, producer.
So you drag all these Saws.
Okay.
1 through 7 or 8. 9. 1 through 8. So 1 through 8, and it just.
Oh my God! Is it Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Oh no.
No. I just kid you not. After this, I will go deep dive into Saw with the producer as well, because again,
I'm scared.
He's kind of the person that got me into this. So like
he's the person who got me to watch it.
Oh
yeah.
I mean, so that means you just goated like that. So like, shouts out to the producer for your Saw.
To be clear, I liked the movie.
You better like the movie. And you better like The Shining, too.
I don't like The Shining.
And Hereditary.
I didn't like Hereditary. Hereditary, I gave a 6 out of 5. That's sorry, 6 out of 10. 1976 Carrie was the movie that I watched immediately after Saw. I gave Carrie from 1976, starring Sissy Spacek, the one everyone likes, a 1.5 out of 10.
Why?
Because there's no movie. Nothing happens for the vast majority of the film.
What are you
film
talking about?
has no identity for like 80% of it. It has a 10% at the beginning where it's establishing like, this is Carrie, she's bullied, watch her be bullied. 80% of the movie, nothing happens.
Okay.
You follow useless characters, some of which don't even have names. And then the last 10% of the movie is, here's this thing's gonna happen, watch it be traumatizing. And they do a bunch of weird, wacky camera stuff that I don't like. And you end up with characters. When I say the movie doesn't have an identity, I mean like there's like, in the middle of the film, there's a whole segment where it's like, let's follow our characters as they buy clothes for the prom. And you get bouncy horn music going, and you follow the guys as they talk about the different tuxedos that they go, maybe I'll wear this to the prom. And at one point, it's like, it speeds them through and they get chipmunk voices as they argue about clothes. And the guy who's like shows up like, maybe I'll wear the t-shirt. How's this look? And it's joking like, the two of you don't have names.
The thing is, here's the thing.
There's a camera shot where it's like a dialogueless 3-minute clip of just watching girls' boobs bounce as
I
they
hate that,
exercise.
too. I don't like that.
And the
I
whole
feel
movie,
like-
it feels like it was directed by pervs because it's the 70s, and it was.
I think the director was a perv.
Yeah,
I thought.
of course.
But I think so. Here's the thing.
Sissy
Here is the
Spacek
thing.
did a good job with her acting, specifically with the movements and the facial expressions.
I think that the movie overall. Okay. I'm biased because I watched this in horror films class.
Sure.
So,
Oh, it's hugely influential.
well, it is. But
I don't think
the
that
thing
makes it a
is-
better movie.
The thing is, I agree with you
Mhm.
that Carrie, as a whole, was not that good.
Mhm.
Like, mainly because, again, the story was kind of dry. It was
Yep.
very dry, actually. Some girl gets bullied and finds out she has powers, and then
And this is one where I read the book ahead of time. I don't love Carrie, like the book, right? But the things that got changed from the book to the movie, I feel like made the movie worse. Like the best scene in the book for me, and can we spoil Carrie? It's from 1976. Are we allowed to spoil Carrie? I'm getting a no from the producer, so I'm gonna do it. Spoilers for Carrie, the book, and the movie. I'm doing this now.
you've been warned.
Yeah. Skip to whenever we're done talking about Carrie.
That's too much work.
We
No,
don't
we're
have
not.
timestamps.
Yeah, we don't have that. Go ahead.
So, at the end of Carrie, like there's a scene in the book where like she's going through the parking lot and she's talking to Sue after like the horrible event has happened at prom, and Tommy's dead, right? And she's realizing that she killed him unnecessarily because he actually wasn't in on the prank that like set her over the edge. And she has this huge internal turmoil moment of, oh God, oh no. And that's what her like triggers her big psychic explosion at the end that like rips up the road and like makes her like house pull in on itself at the end.
See,
like
I never read the book, which
yeah.
probably obviously the movie and the book are completely different. But
they follow most of the same story, but Sue has a lot more focus in the book. In the movie, she has like 10 lines of dialogue. She has like maybe 2 scenes.
I wish we found out more of like Sue's like real motive, because I knew like in the beginning her motive was not to hurt Carrie. It was like, oh, that was one time. I feel bad. Sorry. And like it was kind of strange that to just like give your basically your boyfriend to Carrie, but I thought that was a nice gesture.
And then she's kind of lying about it as well, being like, yeah, see, he's like a good-looking guy.
But
I
see, the thing is, wait. Which one was Sue again? Sue was the teacher.
No, Sue
is the
girl. She's Tommy's.
Yeah. Okay,
girlfriend.
I was right.
Yeah.
So basically, I feel like that was all fine and dandy. Again, I've never read the book. I've only seen the movie. When seeing some of the events that happened in Carrie, it was it was very like, wow, okay, little high school girl gets bullied, blah 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 blah. But like, mainly, I want more. I was kind of rooting for Sue, because I figured she was like that kind of sweet person. Like she said, leave her alone, bro. Like come on, like we had our jokes. Now it's over. Like she's got a depressing life. She got a depressing mama. Like leave her alone. So I was really rooting for Sue, and also the teacher, because she was also
Yeah.
She was also
the gym teacher. I feel like
the gym teacher didn't deserve what happened, but like
no.
She really didn't.
I mean, Carrie snaps on everyone, right? And that's
except Sue.
No, Sue just doesn't get hit by it. It's not that she wasn't. It's not that she didn't snap on anyone. It's that she just happened to not die. Like
out of all the people that did not die, just Sue.
Which, hey, you know what? Great,
but
great
for her.
But something that irritates me is in the book you get a lot more development for Sue. You get time with her. The movie cuts to the end where Sue is in mourning, going to the house and leaving the flowers and acting as if Sue was the protagonist. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I really thought that was stupid.
You never gave this girl any screen time.
Right.
Like, if you're going to have her be the surprise protagonist at the end, like, don't give her more screen time. And then they do the like bloody hand coming out. And I'm like, this is a dumb
stupid.
dream sequence.
It was, but again, I will give it some grace
Mm-hmm.
because again, it was in my horror films class.
Sure.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
curious
lie.
if any of these other ones
I'm
are.
not gonna lie. If anyone from the class is listening, I did not care about the movies that were leading up to Carrie
Okay.
because Carrie was the only one that I actually was like invested in, I guess. Mainly because all these other ones did not excite me that much. I'm sorry. I know I'm already going to offend the producer, but we also saw the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That movie
It's rough.
is bad. I'm sorry. I do not care about the bones being real. I don't care about the low budget. Great. I'm so happy for you guys. You made a good movie for its time. You did great.
They made a movie for its time.
It was a movie. It was not anything else but just a movie. You know what? Hot take real quick. Hot take. If Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out right now,
It wouldn't
that
perform
shit would be
well.
on Tubi.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
It will be on Tubi. I'm sorry. I'm going to get flamed. I'm going to get hated on. It should be on Tubi.
That
It's
that may be the hardest diss you've ever given anything. That's crazy. Don't get me wrong. I have movies on here that I think are worse, right? Carrie being one of them.
Carrie. Yeah,
I think Carrie is worse.
Carrie.
But I'm gonna. I know I'm like we're getting hung up on like one or two movies. So I'm gonna try and get through.
Go ahead.
Sorry. After Carrie, I watched Megan.
I watched Megan too. What'd you get that?
8 out of 10. This was the only movie on this whole list that scared me even slightly.
You got scared from Megan?
Yeah. I don't deal well with like uncanny valley shit.
I'll give that a 6 out of 10. Honestly, it was.
I
talk about
hear
that later.
reviews on that one are either like really high or like abysmally low. Like,
Yeah,
there's nobody.
we'll
nobody
talk about
thought
that one
Megan was
later.
just okay. Renfield, 7.5 out of 10. That's a good movie.
I got bored. I didn't watch it all.
Really?
I think it was funny. I don't remember why I didn't.
I
watch all
loved
of
it. I loved the choreography. I loved the fight scenes. It's not a horror movie. It's Halloween movie, not a horror movie.
Access. Okay.
Scream 2, I feel like
I have not seen.
improves on Scream 1 in every conceivable way very slightly. Scream 1, I gave a 6 out of 10. Scream 2, I gave a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I personally think Scream 1, the first one, is very like reference humor focused of like we're going to point at this thing and point it out. That's the movie that you've seen. That man is dressed like Freddy Krueger. His name's Fred. You get it? You get it? Horror movies have patterns. Second movie doesn't do that. Second movie is like actually focused on the characters and the mystery and doesn't do all of the like self-referential shit. And it's still got like the hokey kind of identity to it, but it's great. It plays into it. And I think this is the series where I'm the most likely to go and watch more of the movies after this.
I don't know. I can't get into Scream, but that's
No.
a story for after.
Us, that was the last of the Jordan Peele films that I hadn't seen.
Oh my gosh, that was so good.
I gave that one a 7 out of 10. I think I've seen Get Out, Us, and Nope, and I think Us is my least favorite of them, and it's still a 7 out of 10.
I give that an 8.5 or an 8.
Well, I'm also just generally harsher on movies than most people, I think.
I can tell, but
Like,
we'll talk about that one
for
after
me,
too.
Nope for me is
Did you like Nope over Get Out?
I do because I'm biased towards sci-fi alien shit.
Again, I haven't seen Nope nor Get Out. I'm saving
They're both
Get Out.
really good. I'm gonna say for me personally, Get Out's like an 8, so like not as good as The Thing, and then Nope might be a 9. Wow. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I think I might that may be my favorite horror movie.
Wow. I really liked Us, man.
Us is good.
There was it did bring some more questions than answers to me at the end. And
That's fine for me. My rules for a horror movie are it has to have a set of rules that it abides by. And Us, the whole thing was rules. So I was just like, yes, good. Tell me more about how this operates. And It did good for me. I appreciated that. Did I understand the point of like the final shot? Not really, but
didn't?
like I didn't.
What you talking about? Of us?
Of us, yeah. The final shot over the hills of like, that's really
Oh,
cool and
okay,
freaky.
okay.
I don't understand what's happening exactly. I get what it's in reference to, but I
yeah,
don't.
okay.
What's this mean? I didn't quite get there. It was weird, but yeah. After that, I watched Scanners. Scanners, I thought was really cool. 5.5 out of 10. It had some crazy prosthetics and cool practical effects. Most of this movie is people walking around going, it's the 80s. It's the 80s. It's the 80s. And, like, I'm talking into this phone because it's the 80s. I'm hacking into the mainframe because it's the 80s. I'm wearing this kind of jacket. You know why? I'm retro. This is a 79.
What?
Like, it's
not the 80s then, I guess.
It's a very grounded movie with a very cool concept, which is there's people walking around that have ESP that can force other people to do things with their mind and or blow up their heads. And it's great. It's pretty cool. 5.5 out of 10. I got bored. Hereditary. This one I'm gonna get flagged for.
Flagged. Already flagged. Don't even say anything else.
It wasn't scary.
I didn't get scared from that either. But
6 out of 10.
Okay, that's fine then. That's not bad. That's not too bad.
I thought that this movie had cool sets and cool camera shots, and that's it. I felt nothing for the story.
I love the story.
This
oh my
story
God.
was very much a watch how messed up this family is. See how toxic they are? That's the horror.
That's why I kind of wanted to watch horror movies more, because I knew when I watched Hereditary, I was like, this is not scary. And that's what I really liked about it, was that it wasn't scary. Because
But
every
I've seen
time
people talking about it as if it's like, oh, that's the scariest film I've seen in years.
I knew
What?
they were telling me because I watched this, I'm not gonna lie, I watched this at a frat house.
Sure.
And they were like, this movie's really cool, this movie's great. It was good. It was pretty good. Like, I actually
It was
agree with them.
impressive.
Like, because mainly it wasn't, again, this is the first horror movie I've really seen in a while, and it was not scary. And that's the thing that kind of drew me into that horror class, was because if this horror movie wasn't scary, is my perception of horror really
I had that
valid?
exact same experience.
So-
Because throughout all of these, again, the only one that scared me, even slightly, was Megan.
Megan did not scare me at all. That's the thing. I have not found a horror movie that really scared me, and I'm glad, because that is why I don't like horror. I don't like horror because it's scary. So if I watch a horror movie that's really scary, I'm not gonna like it.
It may just be like the same sort of thing of like, as kids, we're like, I don't like roller coasters because they freak me out, and then you go on one roller coaster and it's like, oh, well, I fixed that part of me now.
No, I still got them. I still got them before roller coaster jitters. I still can't do it. Yeah. I can do it, but
After Hereditary, I watched Phantasm. Phantasm's the one that breaks my rule and still gets a positive rating. Phantasm, I couldn't tell you what the hell's going on. 7 out of 10.
dang.
Because that one has like the most immaculate vibes possible. It's got cool sets, it's got cool props, it's got amazing score. It's crazy. Shit goes wild. Phantasm. Watch Phantasm. Jason X. This is the one where it's in space. This is barely a horror movie. I don't know, man. It's like he sure does go around that spaceship and kill people. It's a comedy. 4.5 out of 10. That one was Nick's favorite from all of the movies that we watched.
I haven't seen it, but
Happy Death Day. That one I actually had seen in theaters when it came out, but that was on a date, so I didn't remember most of it. Really liked it. 8 out of 10. It's a... Do you know what that one's about?
yes, actually,
Okay,
that's about the birthday.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah,
seeing
where it
that.
like keeps looping. Really cool. Really like it. Ones where it's like a character piece and the character isn't limited to cower until brave. I appreciate. And then It was October 27th. 26th? 27th. And so I went on premiere night to go and watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, which we are obligated to talk about because
it is a game.
Yep.
I don't want to. Does that mean I
Yeah.
have to go watch it?
Yes. Good news. You have a goal before our next episode.
No.
Yeah.
Again, bro.
Yeah.
This is just like the Mario movie all over again.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, listen. Because you didn't go watch it on Halloween weekend, that means when you go, it's less likely to be filled with kids. There's going to be fewer kids there.
There's still gonna be kids there. My brother even seen this before I saw this. I thought this movie looked stupid. I'm not gonna cap.
I agree. I went into this movie knowing it was going to be absolute garbage, and then it wasn't. I give it a 7 out of 10.
No. All right.
I was genuinely surprised.
All
And the
right.
more that I go online and I hear more things about it where people have spotted Easter eggs and cool lighting shit and there's hidden scares that you don't see on your first time viewing because you got to turn the gamma up. That's cool.
No, it's not.
It's pretty cool.
No, it's not. It's still Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't like that.
Yeah, but you're saying that because that's a meme.
Whatever.
Then I got Nick to watch the first 3 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen. 8.5 out of 10.
Wait, that wasn't even a horror movie.
8.5 out of 10.
Why? Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ghosts, spirits, curses,
Totally. Sure.
eating corpses.
And fingers. Don't forget about fingers.
That's a corpse. Dead finger. Severed finger.
That's.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
That's better.
Yep. 8.5 out of 10. Tied with The Thing.
Sure.
And then, last movie of the month, last night, on actual Halloween, I watched The Craft. If you like Heathers and you wanted it to be about witchcraft, watch The Craft. 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Thus concludes my thoughts on horror. It's not very good.
It's okay. We'll
It's
get there.
fine. I don't know. It's still very much not my genre. But
yeah, I agree with that statement too.
It's-
I'm getting used to it. Again,
Yeah.
I'm getting the thrill of it, but it's mainly because I'm a BEM student nowadays, and it's just like
I will say this is the genre where I feel like people talk the most about it's got so many cool camera angles and it's got all this artsy shit and they use this realistic prop for this thing and I'm just but I don't care.
producer.
But I don't care though. Oh, it was made on a budget? That's crazy. I don't care. Wow. Does that make it a better film? No.
I'm just saying. All I'm gonna say again, before we wrap things up, before we go, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Even though the bones were real, the lamp bone was real, the dead grandma was real.
Hey,
that doesn't make the movie good.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
But you want to know something crazy? It's been out for 4 days now. FNAF has earned $78 million domestically
I'm about to
and
leave.
$130 million globally, making it one of the top grossing horror films of all time in its opening weekend.
I swear I'm about to leave this country. I'm about to leave everywhere. I'm about to go to the moon, bro. You will not see me ever again.
That's crazy.
I'm not watching. Oh, I gotta watch this movie.
You know something funny? It is the highest North American opening for a PG-13 movie since The Mummy Returns over 2 decades ago.
I actually wanted to watch that movie.
The Mummy Returns?
Yeah.
Have you seen The Mummy?
No.
Okay, so why?
No, I don't know.
Explain yourself.
I thought it was. It looked kind of cool when I remember it. I think. So I just wanted to watch it.
Bubba Hotep.
No, I just want to watch The Mummy Returns. Okay, get off and hop off.
All right. Well, I don't actually have anything else to say. I'm
pretty pooped.
yeah.
I'm pretty pooped.
Well, any final words before we go off and our producer kills us and this is our finale?
If you don't hear from us in another week from now, just know we died.
That's true. That's true.
Just know.
Canonically.
On GTA.
On what?
On GTA.
Sure.
Sure.
Well, thank you all so much for listening. We appreciate every single one of you tuning in. And I'd just like to say that Cabin in the Woods is a garbage film. 2 out of 10. I hate this movie. I hate this movie so much. On www.easternprogress.com to watch the rest of our episodes. Me and Jordan really appreciate all of our listeners, and we hope that you have a good evening.